Okay, hello everyone. This is the local scholarship program kickoff. Normally this would be in person, but obviously for reasons unbeknownst to me, we are doing it virtually. So I am here, Miss Wood, the college advisor with Mrs. Stone,
Hi, everyone. I'm the registrar.
and we're going to give you a little bit of information about how to access scholarships and all the good stuff. So let's get started. So all of our scholarships are live on Navion starting at 2:30 on Wednesday, which would be right about when you're watching this video, hopefully. If you don't know how to find them on Navion, we do have tutorials for you, and we can show you at the end of this presentation as well. All of our local scholarships are due by March 26th, unless there's otherwise posted. So we do have a flyer that has all of the scholarships listed, and the scholarships they do indicate whether or not they are due at a different date other than March 26th. So if you do not see an annotation that says that they are due on another date, then you should assume that they are due on March 26th. And you can also check that on Naviance. So if you're unsure about when they're due, check it on Naviance, and I will explain a little bit of how Naviance and everything works um, with the local scholarship program. Okay, so we're going to go through some frequently asked questions with Mrs. Stone. So, Mrs. Stone, do I write or type my application?
So you can actually do both. Typing is preferred just because it's much more legible. It's easier for the organizations to read and get all of your information accurately. But if typing is not a good option for you, you can write your applications. You're just going to want to print in your nicest, neatest, most legible writing and double check for errors. So both are possible.
Okay, so how do I apply?
How do you apply? You're going to go to Naviance and look at the applications. But first, you're going to want to take a good look at Miss Wood's fabulous flyer because it's going to give you some information on what the scholarships are looking for and if they apply to you. So, first of all, you want to decide what works for you, what you actually could succeed at, and what applies to what you're doing for your future. You'll go to Naviance, click on that application. You can print it out, fill it in, and then you're going to turn it in to me by its required deadline.
Yep. And another thing to add is that you should think of Naviance as just a common hub for all of these scholarships. So you're not necessarily turning in the scholarships through Naviance, but Naviance is just a common ground for you to find the scholarships and get the resources you need to apply for the scholarships. Okay, so how do I find the common application?
The common application is located in a couple of places. If you're coming into school on Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday, Friday, you can pick up a hard copy here in the 1112 House office, or you go to Naviance. It's located, I believe, at the bottom left corner of your home page. There's a link, and you should be able to pull it up and print it out there.
All right. Do I fill out the scholarship common application once, or do I do it every single time I apply for a scholarship?
So the best thing to do is to fill it out one time. There are a few questions that might be more specifically answered to a particular scholarship. So there might be a couple questions you might want to leave blank, but the best plan is to fill it out one time as neatly as possible and then make photocopies for each application that requires it.
And like Mrs. Stone said, if you have the resources, you can fill out the common application on your Chromebook. There is available the PDF version to fill in. So if you have trouble doing that, you can always come talk to us or Google Meet. But that might be a little bit easier of a way for you to fill it out on your computer.
Yep.
You can do both, like we answered that question before. Okay, so scholarship tips and tricks. So check the scholarship criteria. So if the scholarship criteria is for students who have been in band or chorus or the fine arts department for at least 1 year, and you have never taken any of those courses and or participated in any of those activities, then you should not apply for that scholarship. If a scholarship is for somebody who has played football and you have only played lacrosse or volleyball, then you probably should not apply for that scholarship. So make sure that you're not just willy nilly applying to all of the scholarships just because you think you're going to get the money, because you're just wasting their time and your time. So make sure you're checking the criteria. Are you qualified? So some of our scholarships require you to have a certain GPA, or some of our scholarships require you to go into a certain field. So, what makes you qualified for this scholarship? Are you qualified for this scholarship? And should you invest your time in applying to this scholarship, or should you move on to a different one? So, if you don't really know how to answer those questions for yourself, that's why we're here. Come and talk to us about, if you should apply and which ones you can apply to, because, Mrs. Stone knows these scholarships back to front. So she can tell you, if this is a good match and fit for you. So turn in your applications as posted. If the deadline is March 13th for a scholarship, then turn in the application by March 13th. And, that's why we give this presentation and we, put the deadlines on the flyers, because we know that some of the scholarships are not all due on March 26th. So we need to make sure that you know when to complete the scholarships by. And that's also on you too. As a senior, you need to be able to take responsibility for that. I think that's it for that.
I'm going to add one note to the turn-in applications as posted. I'm just going to give you a little intel before you've even had a chance to look at the list. There is one scholarship that's due March 12th. So if you are entering the healthcare field and you want to apply for the Mary McNeil Willis Culpeper Hospital Auxiliary Scholarship, it is due March 12th. So you would want to jump on that one right away. There's one due March 13th for the Culpeper Wellness Foundation. And then the next earliest deadline, there's some online scholarships that are due on March 19th. So just once you get a hold of the list, make sure you look at those ones with the earlier March deadlines first. The majority of them are March 26th, and then there are a few that take you into April. So you would want to move those to the back of your pile and work on those ones after you have the earlier deadlines taken care of.
Yep. Okay, so if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me, Miss Wood. I'm the college advisor, or Mrs. Stone, you're the registrar.
I'm the registrar.
And we put our emails up here, so you can reach us by email, or you can call us on our school numbers. And then also our social media. For the counseling department, you can, I'm probably most active on the Instagram social media. So if you need to DM me, that's fine. But definitely keep up to date with everything that you might need to know about deadlines. We'll try to keep you posted. I will probably be hosting some scholarship office hours so that you can stop by and either work on them or ask questions. So yeah, let's go ahead and show you how you would get to the tutorials. So you're going to go, well, let's actually go to the EV Futures. So let's do, actually, this is what we're going to do. Homepage. Okay, so if you're on the Eastern View High School homepage, okay, you're going to go to departments and you're going to go down to student services. And then from student services, you're going to go to Future Center. And then once you're on the Future Center page, you go down to the scholarships tab. And then my scholarships tutorial is linked here. I'll also upload, there's the brief information about the local scholarship program, but I'll definitely upload this video as well once we've completed it. And there's tips and tricks that we kind of didn't really touch base on today. But there's also national scholarship organizations and state level scholarship websites that you can also search as well. So definitely check out that website. That's where we're going to house a lot of information. Check Google Classroom. And like I said, if you have any questions, you can always contact us. Anything else, Mrs. Stone?
I don't think so, other than to let you know that paper copies are probably the easiest way for you to turn things in. But especially for our Track C folks, if you want to email applications once they're completed, you would want to send them to me in a PDF format, to my email or to Miss Wood's email. So if dropping things off to the school in paper is not a good plan for you, you can electronically submit your applications to myself or Miss Wood.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, well, let us know if you have any questions, and happy application season.